Hi, this is Attila16 for the Your Game channel, and this is the commentary video for X3 Terran Conflict gameplay number 1. It's a game I bought recently, but I'm not new to the series, and actually that game is very similar to X3 Reunion, and I will call that more an expansion than a new game, because the graphics are really much the same, and there is only more ships available to you, and a new race or two, depending how you count them. While this video is actually showing a battle, this game is not only about space fights. This game is much more about building a commercial empire where you have station and trade with each other station resources, and this way you can build a whole fleet of transport and military fleet later on. As you start the game, you just have 1000 credit, generally, depending what faction you start with. And your goal in this world is to one, follow the campaign, which is non-linear, and you can do what you want at the pace you want. But while there is a story, it's really not the main interest of this game. The main interest being making money with side mission and with commerce. Those side missions improve your relation with other race, and you can also buy better ship with that money. And you can really customize each ship as you wish, with the weapon you want, with the computer you want, because you can all control them with computers. And with those computers you can end up managing a huge fleet which does commerce and protect your stations all around the universe. Speaking of universe, in this game you have at least 100 systems you can explore, and some systems are even out of the jump gate map, so you really have a large territory to explore, and sometimes you will find some really cool looking sectors. Not to mention that each sector have different resources and also have different set of station. In clear, you really have no choice but to explore this universe because it's good looking, and it's also important to develop the economy of this game since it's evolving in real time. This economic evolution also means that to customize your ship you will have to buy weapons, and those weapons need to be built, and to build those weapons you need to feed the resource to the industry that produce them. So it's a very complex economic game, and I will say it's very educative because as you gain money, you learn how to manage it, and I think it's very good for learning how the economy works, especially as you become a millionaire with millions of credit to waste on bigger ship, and you will find out very fast that those million credit can be spent very fast, and not only spent but lost, because when you lose a capital ship which costs you millions of credit, and not only to buy the ship itself but also to put the weapon on it, it really does hurt. Speaking of capital ship, in this game you can play the smallest scout ship to the biggest carrier ship. Each type of ship really has a different style of gameplay. For example, a scout will have a lot of trouble destroying a fighter or a corvette, or don't even think about capital's ship. So they are really only good for being fast and scouting the area, and sometimes harassing the enemies collectively. While fighters are good against most enemies, except maybe capital ship, because unless you have all day, you will have a lot of trouble to destroy the capital ship shield. That's why in this video I'm actually using a Navy fighter, a prototype, which is fast and can take a lot of hit with its shield. It also has a good firepower, and that means I'm able to destroy enemy corvette fairly easily, while inflicting a lot of damage to the enemy frigate. But if you want and you have the money for it, you can buy a capital ship and control it personally. I did not do so in this video because the capital ship really does change the pace of the game, and it may not be the best idea to show that to potential people which are interested, because these capital ship are much slower and they are much more about tactical movement. For example, if you control a capital ship, you will have to make sure that your side where you have all the cannons are aligned with the enemy to fire on them. So fighting in a capital ship is much different than fighting in a fighter. While the fighter are all about hit and run attack, the capital ship are all about taking punishment and firing heavy weapons against other heavy ships. They are not very good against fighters, and unless you take specialized weapon against fighter, you will need some fighter escort to help you. That's one of the costs of buying a capital ship, since it's vulnerable to torpedo attack and stuff like that from a heavy fighter. You will need to buy an escort for it. And this is why it goes back to being good at developing the economy of this game. Because if you want a big fleet, you will need a big empire to sustain it. At the same time, if you're only the kind of player which enjoy doing all the job by himself in a fighter, for example, you can simply move around the universe and do a side mission. Contrary to X3 Reunion, in Terran Conflicts it's much easier to find mission. You no longer have to duck with station to actually know if there is anybody giving you a mission. There are many type of mission, and the most interesting from my point of view are those where you have to destroy enemy fleet. You can also have to protect the station against a pirate attack, or you can have to build a station or destroy a convoy, and all those missions actually influence your relation with the race of this game. The better the relation, the better the ship you can buy from them. This also apply for pirate activities. If you want to be friendly with pirates, you need to attack the main faction, and you can also trade with pirates and stuff. Actually, doing pirate jobs are very paying off. As you may figure out from my commentary, I really like this game, and it's really open. You really can do anything you want in this game, and that's a lot of fun. That's why I really think right now that's really one of the best space game you can play without the monthly subscription, like EVE Online. And some people that did play EVE Online actually compare it to it, because it's similar but it's much more complex. If you don't like complexity, maybe you should stay away from that game, because it can be a little overwhelming at first. And even if I have experience in X3 Reunion, sometimes I get a little lost in Terran Conflict. But they really did a good job at improving the game user interface. It's much easier than it was in X3 Reunion. So to conclude, I think this game is worth trying, and it's not really expensive now. And it's a kind of game that will take a lot of time, so you will be busy for a while. So I hope you did enjoy this video. Keep watching the gameplay video, and keep an eye open for future videos.